Então é isso. Talking Reggae, live especial, chegando aí no seu ouvido, no seu telefone, no seu coração, na sua mente. Talking Reggae chegando à 20ª edição. Hoje é uma data festiva, porque Talking Reggae começou de um projeto ao vivo, que eu chamo do Talking Reggae Roots, que eu fiz no Espaço Cultural Reis de África, onde recebemos o Celso Moretti, ícone do reggae mineiro, e Paulo Dionísio. Ali foi a proposta de Talking Reggae. Aí entramos nessa pandemia e temos que transformar veneno em remédio. Talking Reggae virou live, Talking Reggae live, e a gente foi indo, e todo mundo gostando, essa interação. Eu muito feliz por fazer este programa. Agradeço muito a minhas filhas, a Tamara e a Tamires, que fazem a minha produção, que cuidam do Talking Reggae, e me conecto com o mundo moderno através dos olhos delas. Fomos fazendo o Talking Reggae, percebemos que estamos chegando na 20ª edição. E a gente, então, resolveu fazer uma edição para presentear todos que curtem Talking Reggae, todos que participaram do Talking Reggae, que foram 19 participações. A gente começou com, como eu falei, o Talking Reggae Roots foi Celso Moretti e Paulo Dionísio. Depois nós começamos o live com o Camafeu Tauá, Salvador de Milove. Depois fizemos com Ayahuasca. Depois nós fizemos Diagum. Quem mais aqui? Deixa-me ver para não deixar ninguém de fora. Depois de Diagum, Lady Di, Bieta. Fizemos Edu Satadjá, Zé Orlando. Depois a gente fez o Talking Reggae com o Rasta Cry. A 10ª edição nós fizemos com o Biafro Iron. E deixa-me ver aqui, na 11ª, a Natural Dread, o reggae de Caxias, o reggae da montanha. Depois a diretoria. Fizemos com o Marcos Dub, a Mariana Corso, o Leonardo Frodo, o Geda, o Sansão, o Marcelo Salgueiro e o da Silva. Espero não ter esquecido ninguém, pelo menos eu até anotei, porque essa edição do Talking Reggae é de um cara que eu sou muito fã, admiro demais, desde a fundação da banda, que é o CAT Coore, guitarrista e líder da Tidal Older Band. Ele foi muito gentil e nos fez uma entrevista onde ele fez um grande bate-papo. Eu quero agradecer demais ao DJ Guno, porque nós fizemos todo... esse Talking Reggae a gente gravou. Hoje nós estamos falando ao vivo aí com vocês, mas a entrevista foi gravada na semana passada, aqui no estúdio Rasta, e foi muito legal. O DJ Guno foi um grande parceiro, porque além dele fazer a tradução entre mim e o Cat, porque Sorry My Bad English, ele fez todo esse trabalho, que é um cara que já esteve lá, conhece a língua nativa, e principalmente pelo que ele significa dentro do reggae, dentro desse novo movimento. E além de intermediar, além de fazer a tradução, ele também intermediou. Então eu queria que o DJ Guno desse uma palavrinha aí.
Isso aí, obrigado, Carrasco. Te agradecer pelo convite, agradecer a todo mundo que está ligado aqui nesse Talking Reggae especial de hoje, né, 20ª edição, e para mim, claro, foi um prazer e uma honra, né, fazer a tradução e fazer junto com o Carrasco essa entrevista com o CAT COORE do Third Road, que é uma lenda da música jamaicana, e foi um bate-papo muito legal. Então, né, eu agradeço mais uma vez aí o Carrasco pelo convite, né, e como eu disse, o bate-papo foi muito legal, tenho certeza que vocês vão curtir. Então, fiquem ligados e, mais uma vez, aí agradecer o Carrasco pelo convite e também todo mundo que está junto com o Carrasco aí e parabenizar pelas 20 edições, né, de Talking Reggae e que venham muitas outras aí, que venham mais 20, 40, 60 e sempre muito sucesso. Tamo junto. Obrigado mais uma vez, Carrasco. Valeu.
Então é isso. 20ª edição especial. Fazer um agradecimento a URG. As primeiras edições de Talking Reggae, da primeira à 10ª, foram feitas no Insta da URG. A partir da 11ª, a Talking Reggae criou seu próprio Insta, mas manteve a parceria com a URG, o URG com Talking Reggae. Então, gratidão, URG. Também a rádio Altas Vibrações, programa Altas Vibrações do DJ Guno, que toca a nossa música, e toca a nossa música pro mundo, e toca a música do mundo. Então, gratidão. E também a Gelo e Saúde, que tem sido um grande parceiro do meu irmão Gustavo Nunes, mais o Gustavo Pena, uma cerveja artesanal de família, e os novos parceiros que chegaram. Eu agora tenho como parceria o Fábio Designer, um grande salve para o Fábio, e tenho também a Planeta Reggae, que faz uma divulgação maravilhosa de tudo que a gente faz. E agora, a partir dessa edição, o mais novo parceiro, que é o rastacom.br, com o DJ Guno. Estamos fechando a parceria aqui.
Maravilha. Aproveitar para falar também, né, Carrasco, de que a gente fez tanto a entrevista do CAT COORE, como a gente está transmitindo aqui agora ao vivo no estúdio do rasta.com.br, né? Então, né, mais uma vez, assim, para mim é um prazer poder estar recebendo uma galera do reggae aqui nesse novo estúdio do Rasta aqui já há alguns meses, e mais uma vez, prazer estar te recebendo aqui também. Assim como eu te recebi semana passada para a gente fazer a entrevista, né, que a gente gravou e aí editamos, e um prazer também estar te recebendo aqui hoje novamente para a gente fazer essa introdução e daqui um pouquinho soltar aí para a galera esse bate-papo com o COORE, que foi sensacional. Obrigado mais uma vez.
DJ, na verdade, a nossa caminhada é uma via de duas mãos. Nós somos parceiros, nós estamos na mesma luta. Eu acho que foi muito importante, como eu disse, não só a tradução, porque a gente poderia arrumar algum profissional para traduzir, apenas traduzir. Mas nós queríamos que, além da tradução, que foi maravilhosa, é que também tem um agente cultural, um cara que trabalha o reggae, que toca o reggae, que entende o reggae, que pesquisa o reggae, que tem as informações precisas, que tem produtos de confiança do reggae, e um cara que já viveu na gringa, tem todo esse know-how. Então, cara, é uma via de duas mãos, é uma grande troca para Talking Reggae, ter DJ Guno,
valeu.
E arrastacom.br, e acredito que, da mesma forma, a gente faça a via de volta.
Com certeza.
Eu queria fazer um pedido, Guno. Eu queria dar um salve. Primeiro, assim, agradecer demais a CAT COORE, agradecer demais a todos fora do Brasil que estiveram ouvindo, especialmente o povo jamaicano. Um só amor para todos.
Isso aí. Pô, demais. Foram tantas mensagens que o CAT COORE passou, né, Carrasco, que eu acho que, sem dúvida, é uma conversa também que serve muito assim, para a galera que, né, tá seguindo esse caminho da música também, que ele, né, passou muito a experiência dele. Mas, enfim, né, acho que é isso, né?
Isso aí, agradeço a Miss Cameron, por favor.
Isso, é a manager, né? A manager dele, Heather. Enfim, todo mundo também muito solícito. Vamos botar no ar a entrevista, então?
Então tá, gente. Aí, Talking Reggae, edição especial, CAT COORE. Vamos nessa.
Bora lá.
Good evening, Mr. Coore.
Blessings and love to Brazil. How is everything?
Yeah, everything good, everything nice, and it's really a pleasure and an honor to be here with you.
Blessings and love and greetings to Pele on his birthday. We love him here like Bob Marley.
We know Jamaicans have this, same passion for soccer and for Pele as we Brazilians have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Muito bem. Em primeiro lugar, agradecer, Mr. Coore, a você e a sua produção por disponibilizar seu precioso tempo para falar com o povo brasileiro que ama tanto a Jamaica, que ama tanto o reggae, que ama tanto o Tidal. Eu, especialmente, sou muito fã de vocês. Cat, para mim, é o meu guitarrista favorito do reggae. Minha banda favorita. Amo muito, respeito muito. Seja muito bem-vindo ao Brasil, seja muito bem-vindo ao programa Talking Reggae, que é um programa que eu dirijo semanalmente para fomentar a cultura do reggae e oportunizar, principalmente, artistas que não têm tanta visibilidade midiática, mas que têm o mesmo valor dos grandes artistas midiáticos. E muito honrado por você ter aceito o convite.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Algumas perguntas, curiosidades, tanto minhas quanto das pessoas que acompanham o Talking Reggae. Como e quando nasceu a banda Tidal?
That's a very long story. So what I'll do is I'll break it down into parts and you can translate. you know. So the first thing was that when we were, you know, like what I said, I use the word we, meaning my peers, my friends, and the people that I grew up with, when we were in the region of like, well, they were older boys to me, like maybe 16, 17, I was 13, and we lived in an area in Kingston called Ligani. And in that area, there were quite a few people that became musicians. And we had a love for music because we were allowed to, well, not allowed, we were privileged to be able to hear like Chubby Checker and, you know, James Brown and music from America that inspired us. And also, more importantly, the music from our own country, which was coming out, which was like the Scatolites, who had taken jazz and turned it into a whole genre of music. And that just started to develop singers, and that started to develop the whole thing that led to rocksteady, that led to reggae, you know. So we, as I said, when I use the word we, I mean my peers and myself, we come from a generation that wanted to do music badly. We were very young and we didn't know where we were going, but we took the bus same way, you know. And you know, it's something that I reflect on now and say that why it was really something special that we did, because reggae music is not just about one great artist like Bob Marley, who is like, you know, the guy who is steering the ship, but there were many passengers on that ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Quais bandas brasileiras do reggae Brasil você conhece e quais as suas prediletas? E o que você diria para as bandas da nova geração do reggae brasileiro que quer alcançar o reconhecimento nacional, mundial, através de sua música?
I'm not sure I know many of the reggae bands in Brazil, but I do know that my travels there have led me to believe that music is super popular down there and people really love it. And I'm very happy to hear that there are reggae bands in Brazil. I'm really, really, really happy to hear that. And Brazil is a big nation. It's not a small nation. And I'm absolutely positive that, you know, Brazil has the capacity to accommodate hundreds of reggae bands. You know, I mean, my advice is that reggae is a music form. Use that music form, create songs in your language, and carry the reggae music to your people. Reggae is not, it doesn't belong to Jamaica. It's a form of music that came from Jamaica, but it doesn't belong to Jamaica. It belongs to the world. So I'm very happy, very pleased to know that there are Brazilian reggae bands and maybe even ska bands and so on. I'm very happy for that. And yeah, I would be, you know, my advice should be to take the reggae music and spread your message and spread the love of your people, and, you know, and let people know about your country and your history through reggae music. I think it's really, really cool that that is happening.
Mr. Coore, para mim, desde o início da banda, eu sempre me identifiquei direto com o teu trabalho por conta da tua guitarra. Isso me faz ter o CAT COORE como meu guitarrista favorito. E olha que não é fácil, de tão bons guitarristas que a Jamaica ofereceu para o mundo. Eu acho muito fantástico a maneira como conduz. E sempre achei Tidal Holder uma banda muito à frente, muito moderna mesmo. E eu vejo que bandas dessa nova geração têm uma influência direta e indireta. Uma banda que me chamou muita atenção foi o Redfire, que a sonoridade me remeteu direto até do Holder. Depois eu fui descobrir que eles foram alunos do Ibo, mas eles têm uma identidade muito Tidal Holder. Vocês continuam influenciando a nova geração jamaicana e mundial?
That's a very good question. honestly speaking, my response would be that, yeah, I mean, you know, there was a time between, I would say, 1973, 74, right coming up to now, where you had some great bands. You know, not just Third World, you had Aswad, you had Steel Pulse, great band, you know, and we had Chalice, who, in my opinion, could have been one of the greatest reggae bands of all time. But you know, life doesn't work like that. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and you just have to be, you know, respective of what your particularly, you know, what particular historic road you came down. That's the most important thing for you. And for me personally, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Peter Tosh, you know, to some extent Bonnie Wailer too, but Bonnie was not the kind of person that really was that adamant and being out there all the time and that kind of thing and so on. And I have a lot of respect and love for him. You know, he's my uncle, you know.
Oh,
and
true.
yeah, and I think that where I see a change that to me is a little disappointing is that the reggae bands have gotten less and less and less and less. And more solo people, you know, who are just about themselves as a solo artists have become more and more prevalent. And as a band leader with 5 other great people in my band, and wonderful people. I mean, you know, to really think of ourselves as a group and stuff and be relevant for so long is something I'm very proud of. And it is, you know, you mentioned Raging Fire, and Raging Fire is one of a couple of bands that Jamaica came up with, Nomads. We came up with some bands recently who I figured really would take it to another level. And I'm not so sure that they got the point that if you don't stay together, you can't play together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you have to look past yourself. You have to look past maybe what your, you know, ambitions are for your own future or whatever it is, and look for the ambitions of a unit. Look for the ambitions of people around you who love you and who have supported you through the years. You have to think about them as well. It comes down to a great soccer team, for instance. A great soccer team is not about one guy who is in the middle who gets the ball all the time. But he'll never score all the time. He needs the other 10 men around him to play football, pass the ball, do this, get the throw-ins. You know, the goalie has to be on his game. This is what being in a band is about. It's about having, you know, a cast of characters around you who support you, especially if you're a lead singer. If you're like me, you know, I'm a band leader and stuff, and I need a lead singer around me, and I need good keyboard players. I need a good drummer. I need a great bass player, which I have, and I have the greatest drummer. And you need to put all those elements together. And that's where the whole band thing is concerned. So I hope and pray for Raging Fire, because I'd like to see them be who I know they could be. And the same thing goes for Nomads and any other band that's looking to start right now. I really am giving them 100% of love, and hoping that they will stay together and not fragment because one person thinks that he can go on his own and he doesn't agree with where the band is going and stuff. It's understandable, you know, it's understandable. But I think if you want to have a situation where bands survive, then you have to deal with that. Remember now, you know, when we talk about B-A-N-D, a band, you know, we talk about the Beatles, Chicago, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Earth, Wind and Fire, Santana. I mean, come on. Yeah. Those were not about individual people. They were about unity, and unity is strength.
Yeah, true. It's great to have your insight on this matter, because I've never thought of that, and it's really true that you see a lot of solo artists nowadays in reggae, and very few bands. So, thank you.
Mr. Coore, no ano de 1997, eu assisti o show Tidewater. Depois, nunca mais tive a oportunidade de ver. Gostaria de saber quando o Tidewater volta ao Brasil, especialmente aqui no sul do Brasil, Porto Alegre, para matar a saudade e ver Tidewater, que eu acho fantástico como você e Rita conseguiram manter Tidewater, a banda com a mesma pegada da origem. Quando vamos ver o Tidewater no Brasil?
I have a couple of answers for that question. Number one, we're living through a very serious time in the world right now with COVID-19. So we as musicians don't even know when we're going to get back on the stage again. That's the first thing. Second thing is that I've been to Brazil with Third World 3 times, and all of my experiences have been absolutely out of the top draw. I absolutely love Brazil. I can't tell you how much I love Brazil. And, you know, the first thing that's going to be a problem is that I'm a soccer fan. So from I land at the airport, I start to get crazy. And not only that, but the music and the people and the beautiful women, the Brazilian women, they're just off the wall. So, you know, you're just walking around in a daze looking at, oh my God. So, I mean, to be quite honest with you, as soon as possible that, you know, we can come back and play, I would really, really love to do that. I really loved Porto Alegre. I really love Curitiba. I love some of the cities that maybe people, you know, who come from where I do don't know. They know Sao Paulo and they know Rio, but they might not know those others. Magnificent and so wonderful, and Brazilian people are so nice. They're, you know, they're right up there with their kindness, and I always love a Jamaican if they see me say, oh yeah, I like her, yeah, really cool. So, I mean, your question, I don't think is up to us. I think it's up to what happens from here on out with what the whole world is going through right now. But certainly, I'd really love to be back in Brazil as soon as possible. And yeah, and I mean, you guys are rocking, man. I'm dying to come back.
Yeah, give thanks. We're looking forward to it, Mr. Coore.
Cat, desculpa a intimidade. Cat, as músicas do Tidewater, para mim, são trilhas sonoras da minha vida. Mas a primeira música que me marcou muito foi You've Got Power. A primeira música que marcou essa relação de idolatria, de paixão pela banda e pela história da banda e por todos que fizeram parte da banda, e atualmente pelos novos membros da banda, que eu acho sensacional. E queria que tu me falasse sobre essa interação com a nova geração e a produção do Damian Marley, porque eu vejo que Tidewater, ele parece uma banda de hoje. Aliás, é uma banda de hoje, né? Mas é como essas bandas jovens, como Chronix, Protodier, enfim, toda essa geração, Kabaka Pyramid, enfim, todos.
Well, I'm going to start with the relationship with Damian, because that goes back to when Damian was very, very young. Damian and my son grew up in the house together because my ex-wife and Damian's mommy had a shop together, and that caused the two kids to be very close. And that went on, and through all the years with Ninja Man and all kind of people, and you know, and so on. And I could clearly see where that was going. You know, and it worked out perfectly as far as I'm concerned. My son went to study bass guitar, he went to study music. Damien went into his own thing to study music. Damien went through the University of Life, and you know, they came back together again. And Shia, my son Shia, has been with him ever since that time as his bass player. It's a great relationship and friendship, and it's a successful one. And you know, Damien Marley is successful in not only just being a great songwriter or whatever, but a great flag bearer for his dad. You know, a great flag bearer for his dad. And all the Marleys are good and great, every single one of them. They're Marleys, and nobody can take that away from them. But Damien particularly has been outstanding, along with Ziggy and Steve. The three of them have really been outstanding. And then now you have kids coming up now who are all great and stuff. And I'm just happy to be amongst them. I'm happy to be part of their, you know, their whole program. And yeah, this was something that's how that whole energy worked out with Third World and the Marleys. And it's a great relationship, a great friendship. And you know, it's been very fruitful because the last album, More Work to Be Done, that we did, it has been very successful and has given Third World some new energy, some new fuel. And that's exceptional because remember, Third World has been together for 47 years now, you know. So when somebody like Damien can put together, you know, something for his uncles like that, it's exceptional and extraordinary. And we give enough thanks for it. And, you know, as far as the future is concerned, we're looking to do some more work, you know, with Damien, because working with somebody who has that kind of attitude and control over what he's doing is very special. And, you know, I mean, I myself right now, sometimes I might be a little bit, you know, thinking to myself, well, I look up with the years of experience I have and stuff, but the greatest thing has been to be with Damien, you know, who is just like, you know, a kid to me in his day, but I love to see what he has grown to be. And I like to think that myself and my friends who always were doing this have been a little bit of an influence to him. His father is the main influence and the main drive of the whole train. But if CAT COORE and Third World were on the train as the guys who were taking the tickets, I'm happy. So, you know, to answer your question, yes, it's been a wonderful road, and yeah, we're looking forward to more work. Hopefully, more work is there to be done.
Yeah, the title says it all of your last album. Yeah, we're really pleased that Third World is still active after all those years, and after this long road, you're still making music, and it's a blessing for all of us reggae fans.
Cat, aqui no Brasil tem artista que é dos precursores do reggae brasileiro, apesar de que a música dele é muito eclética, é muito dinâmica, e no Brasil, às vezes, assim, se tu toca reggae, tu não consegue tocar outro ritmo que, às vezes, o público não aceita. Mas esse cara foi um dos precursores. Ele chama-se Luiz Wagner, guitarreiro, e ele me lembra muito CAT COORE. CAT COORE me lembra muito o jeito de tocar, o biotipo pessoal, e ele conheceu o Ty Doder porque ele morou muito tempo na Europa, e é um grande guitarrista brasileiro, um grande guitarrista do reggae. Então, no Brasil, o Luiz Wagner é meu guitarrista favorito do reggae. Na Jamaica, CAT COORE, ou seja, Cat e Wagner são os meus guitarristas favoritos. Eu gostaria que tu conhecesse alguma coisa, eu vou te enviar algumas coisas dele, porque é muito interessante. E ele gosta muito de ti também.
Of course, it's okay.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I'm just very sorry for the guitarist that he has any resemblance like me.
Esse comentário que eu fiz desse paralelo entre CAT COORE e Luiz Wagner foi porque eu acompanho a trajetória do Tidewater, e é uma banda que sempre ousou a mesclar a sonoridade. Ela nunca deixou de ser uma banda tradicional, uma banda roots, mas nunca se negou a ser uma banda pop e dançante. Inclusive, eu conheci o reggae. O reggae entrou no Brasil pelas mãos dos DJs dos bailes de black music final dos anos 80. E o reggae entrou. E Tidewater foi uma das bandas que abriu a porta para o reggae por conta dessa sonoridade tão dançante.
That was always the intention, if that was a thing that was planned to sound different, or if that thing came naturally by everyone's influences in the band.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. The answer to the question is both. Definitely, it was one of our ambitions to sound like something different and to be good at what we do. And at the other side of the coin, we still wanted to remain something that people would want to listen to. So, I mean, yeah, clearly, I mean, we wanted to be different. We didn't want to be the same like everybody else. And all the great people that you listen to, they're not like anybody else. Toots Hibbert and the Maytals, they're not like anybody else. Damian Marley, he's not like anybody else. You know, Culture is not like anybody else. Earth, Wind and Fire is not like anybody else. Carlos Santana is not like anybody else. So, yes.
Those sounds that you can recognize instantly.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that it's absolutely true, but it's something that we wanted to make sure that we had our own identity, and that we could express, you know, the same things in the world that everybody sees that's happening. It's not like we are the only ones who see it. Everybody sees it, but how you express it is your own. So you need to own that. You need to own how you express what you see or you want to talk about. So that's pretty much, you know, where it's at. We definitely want it to be relevant, which we have proven that we are. But we wanted to make sure that we had a different approaches, you know, in certain ways in what we did. And we were talented enough to do it. We had enough good people in the Third World through all the years and all the different changes of people. We've always been a band of talent, love, and hard work. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Na verdade, a gente está comentando aqui, eu e o Guno. Guno é um DJ que é um especialista em reggae music, morou fora do Brasil também, e um grande parceiro aí, é meu convidado especial. Na verdade, ele está me salvando, né? Mas assim, Cat, manter, eu tenho acompanhado, eu acompanhei todos os estágios Tidewater até a partida do Huggies, e a partir daí vocês conseguiram administrar a banda de uma maneira, mantendo ela ativa nos dias de hoje, sendo no topo, mantendo a banda no topo, no nível que sempre teve Tidewater, e ao mesmo tempo, tu como artista, te renovando a cada ano, ao longo da tua experiência, te renova a tua interação. Eu vejo que os jovens artistas, eles colam em ti como o ferro no ímã. Vejo que todo mundo te venera, e eu acho justo, porque tu para nós, Cat, dos grandes, dos primeiros, dos pilares do reggae mundial. Mas me diz como é que tu consegue essas receitas de manter Tide Holder tão atual, tão jovem e ter feito reposições tão precisas?
It goes back to the fact that when we were just starting out and were very young, our commitment was to that this was what we wanted to do in our life, and this is what we wanted to be, you know, to be the end result. So we just went through all the various things all the way down. We had our highs, we had our lows, we just kept always focusing on that we want to be relevant and so on. And we never really changed our sound that dramatically. We tried to keep it because we always felt to ourselves, you can never just go now and try to be a dancehall artist. It's not going to work. You have to keep to who you are, what you are, work on that and stuff. Whatever you can blend in along the way is fine. But you've got to keep, you know, being who you are, because the worst thing you can do to your audience is to make them feel you're trying to be somebody else than who you are. That doesn't work. So, you know, that's the best way I can put it. We tried our best to stay who we are, and, you know, along the way, one of the things that really inspired Third World, I think, to reach this point is that along the way we said, boy, you know what? Let's get some other people involved with our sound. Let's get some people to come on our albums and be guests and, you know, and do songs with us, because that's what you have to do as an artist. When you have 47 years in the business, you can't just sit there by yourself and do everything. You know, you need your friends, people who admire you, people who say, boy, Cat, this is an incredible, you know, opportunity for me to come and be on a Third World album. You need that. You need that. That's what fuels the whole thing. So all through the years, we have had that. We've been very lucky. And we've kept our minds and our hearts and our eyes open to that. So we have embraced people who want to come and, you know, sing with us, want to play guitar solo with us, want to do that. It's a very, very important thing. And yeah, I think that that's been one of the most key things about us as a band being able to survive so long. It's the fact that we have so much love for everyone, so much love for music, so much love for other personalities, so much love for other successful people, that we don't keep them out of our life. We try to get them to embrace whatever they respect or rate about us and come and give us a little time, you know, and stuff. And it's Shaggy just had his birthday, and he was on Reggae Party, you know. And that was a very special moment for So Was Bounty Killer. You know, you just look at the people who are on the present album, More Work to Be Done. You have Tessan, you have Tyrus Riley. I mean, come on, you have Damien himself, you have Chronix,
True.
you have Business Signal. Hello. I mean, so yeah, and the list goes on and on and on. And you know, Pressure Bus Pipe, what about him? And as I say, you know, I mean, it is impossible for me to run down the list of acts that have been so willing to give their love to Third World. And I want to thank all of them through your medium right now.
Right.
And it's very important for us that what everybody showed their uncles respect. And we're just hoping that, you know, that we can somehow function again after this ridiculous thing we're going through here now. And we can do more music. More music is the most important thing. And that's the only thing that I know I'm going to leave behind. I'm not leaving 2 hotels and 15 golf courses and all that. Music is what I'm leaving behind, sir.
Cat, você falou aí, Reggae Party, uma das músicas mais dançantes é o tipo de música, junto com Comité, são hits que tocam em qualquer festa. É isso que eu digo da sonoridade, da modernidade do Tidewater, que vem desde da sua fundação, quando ela entrou, Now That We Found Love, quando entrou nas pistas, elas são músicas do Tidewater que são reggae music, mas que tocam em qualquer festa, batem em qualquer coração. Isso eu acho impressionante, já que tu citou essa música que eu amo também. Como eu disse, se eu for falar das músicas Tidewater, a trilha sonora da minha vida, são, acho que todas, não dá para dizer qual a melhor, mas eu queria te perguntar o seguinte: qual a música que Tidewater não pode deixar de fora do set list em shows?
96 Degrees of the Shade.
Se eu jogasse, eu tinha ganho. Esse é um clássico. Esse é um clássico.
He could have bet on that.
I don't need any time on that one, sir. 96 degrees as it starts.
You can sing a couple more words if you like.
In the play, real hot.
I would have bet on that too, and it's really a song that's all-time classic.
Cats, o Tidewater sempre mostrou, ensinou para as bandas, eu acho que isso vem da escola jamaicana, acho que vem dos trios, onde a banda não fica refém de um único vocalista, um frontman. A banda, o Tidewater, todo mundo cantava. Por exemplo, essa música que tu acabou de cantar, todos tinham o seu momento, e todos com alto nível. Isso deixava a identidade da banda, ela ficou marcada, porque Tidewater é coral, Tidewater é capela, e cada um era um grande vocalista. E eu costumo dizer que toda banda tem que ter, eu falo aqui no Brasil, cara, toda banda, todo artista tem que ter o seu No Homo No Cry. E Tidewater tem. Acabou de cantar aí a capela para nós, né?
As I told you, when we were coming up as kids and stuff, there were great groups like the Delphonics, the Shylights, and the Stylistics. And when you're coming up as a youngster in that era, you had to play those songs, because you can't just go into somewhere and just play and think that you're going to sell anything to anybody. You know, you haven't reached the point yet where you are the writer. So what you are, you're just selling yourself as a performer. And when you're doing that, you have to do the songs and you have to do them well. And so people develop different skills. I mean, I never saw myself as a falsetto singer, but I ended up doing ariates. I ended up doing all the falsettos for Third World. And it's become a trademark for me. And I'm very proud of it. And it's the same thing that happens with the harmonies. Third World was always considered a great harmony group because we studied them. We studied the harmonies. We could go in and we would be rehearsing and we'd look at who's singing what and what's singing who, and then we'd recreate it, and we did it with success. And so from that point of view, that's how, you know, that whole thing started, with this business about having other people who sing this part and sing that part and so on. So I agree, but I won't say that there are a lot of bands out there who will have the blessing from God to be like Third World, where you could have Kim Cooper, CAT COORE, and Bonnie Rose, and we could sing different parts and this and that and the other. I think that's our legacy. And not only that, but we played instruments as well. We played the guitar, we played the keyboard, you know. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful to Jah, the Almighty Rastafari, giving us that blessing and love. And, you know, I really, I have to tell you that, fortunately, my phone battery is dying. So,
okay.
I really have to tell you, I mean, I really some of the questions went straight to my heart, you know, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what it's been like in Brazil for live music to be played, but it's been a real struggle for us up here, from Kingston to Florida to New York to London. It's been a real struggle. I mean, there's just no live music anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, not that there's no live music anymore, but for now,
Yeah.
music, and it's, you know, it's been really tough for us musicians, and we really hope and pray that we can take Varig and we can come down and see you guys, you know, as soon as possible. And boy, let me tell you something. Keep on playing the music, guys. Keep on playing the music, and keep on loving us, because Jamaica and Brazil should have even a great political connection, because we're so close. We have so many things in common. You know, we should be a little bit more close than we are. Maybe soon we will be. Who knows?
Hopefully.
But to the people of Brazil, I just want to say I love you so much, and I miss you so much, and thank you so much, brethren, for giving me the opportunity to be with you today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. CAT COORE. It was really a pleasure and honor, and we hope that soon we maybe can meet, hopefully here in Brazil with Third World, you know, after all this has been, you know, come to an end.
Okay, my boss, and keep the link, okay? Keep the link.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Mr. Coore, agradecer demais o seu tempo, agradecer demais novamente a sua produção, e quando o Thai do World vir ao Brasil, no sul do Brasil, conte comigo, conte com o Guno, queremos estar junto com vocês. Amo e respeito Thai do World, a família Thai do World, toda ela.
Yeah,
and I'll pass it on to our manager, Heather. She'll be thrilled.
Yeah, thank you very much.
God bless.